Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. Today's preview as Argentina hosts South Africa in the fifth round and the penultimate round of the Rugby Championship. A must-win game for either side, and more than just that, a must-win bonus point game if they are to try and stay in the hunt for the Rugby Championship. New Zealand going up to 14 points, Australia coming second on 10 points. Both South Africa and Argentina currently on 9 points, which means a bonus point victory will take them to level with New Zealand. However, points differences and head-to-heads are all going to come into in. So points difference will be the big thing. And I think that New Zealand currently sitting with a 41 points difference means that if South Africa want to win the Rugby Championship, they're going to have to score a lot of points this weekend. Before we look at the two sides, please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. We'll start with the home side, which is obviously Argentina, and a massive boost with Augustin Creevy coming onto the bench for Argentina, and lots of experience there. I mean, fun fact, the combined age of the two reserve hookers for the two teams is actually 72. You've got Deon Fries, 35 years old, the bench for South Africa, and Augustin Creevy who is 37 years old. But if we look at the Argentina, quite a few changes been made by Michael Cheika. The front row particularly has changed. You've got Nahuel Chaparro next to Julio Montoya and Eduardo Bello. So a couple of changes there, a couple of rotational changes. In the second row, you've got Matias Alemano next to Thomas Lavanini, who I was very impressed with what I've seen from him recently. And Juan Martin Gonzalez comes into the starting lineup, scored against the All Blacks, a quality player, and I must admit to being a little bit nervous about him this weekend. Marcus Kramer, incredibly important defensively for the Pumas, and then Pablo Matera, who is one of their sort of flagship best players that are out there. So a loose trio for me is something that the Springboks need to nullify very well, because if they get going, we're going to be in very big trouble. If we look at the backline, Gonzalo Bertino, Santiago Carreras, Lucio Cinti, Matias Orlando. However, we've seen Geronimo de la Fuente come back into the starting lineup from injury. So he comes into the starting lineup, wasn't involved in the New Zealand tour. Other change there was Bertino into the starting lineup. And then the standard Emiliano Buffelli and Joan Cruz Malia at wing and full back. And the boots of Emiliano Buffelli, very, very important to Argentina, and a big warning to South Africa from a discipline point of view. Cannot afford to give away penalties inside their own half. On the bench, Augustin Creevy, Thomas Gallo, and Joel Slavi. So a very strong front row that can come on, very experienced. Well, not very experienced. Well, lots of experience from Augustin Creevy, but a front row with a lot of confidence at the moment. You then got Guido Petty, Rodrigo Bruni, and Thomas Kobeli, Benjamin Erdepaleta, and Matthias Moroni. So it's a good Argentinian side, but as a Springbok fan, you look at that side and think, we can beat this side. You know, we saw how New Zealand absolutely decimated them 2 weeks ago. However, having said that, in Argentina, it's a whole different prospect. But it's a very good South African side that has been picked. If we look at it, it's an unchanged pack of Steven Kitshoff, Malcolm Marx, Frans Malherbe, Evan Etzebeth, Lourdes Diaga, Sia Khaleesi, Franco Master, Jasper Wiese. Arguably the best front row in the world in Steven Kitshoff, Malcolm Marx, Frans Malherbe. You've then got Evan Etzebeth, Lourdes Diaga, who've been playing very well, but have played quite a lot of rugby. So people starting to worry if fatigue's going to start to settle in. Sia Khaleesi, Franco Master, Jasper Wiese, very much a form loose trio. Franco Master, I thought, was absolutely brilliant against Wallabies. Sia Khaleesi as well has been very good recently, and then Jasper Wiese keeps taking his opportunities whenever he gets them. Jaden Henschler, Damian Willemse continue their halfback combination because there's no changes in the back line. I mean, it's an unchanged 15. You then got Maxwell Mapimpi, Kenan Moody, Billy LaRue, Damien Delendi, Jesse Creel. And I think the only players there is with a couple of question marks, is Damian Willemse's goal-kicking abilities. And then Damien Delendi, Jesse Creel was the first time playing in a long time. We didn't see too much chemistry there. We didn't really see too much opportunity with ball in hand from the likes of Jesse Creel. So hopefully they'll get a bit more chance to run between them two, because they have combined very well in the past. And then Kenan Moody would be lovely to add to his try scoring record after scoring one in one. Villaroo off the back of 2 try assists will be very important. Then off the bench, Deon Fourie, Oxen Chair, Trevor Nyakone will be bringing a lot of power in that second half. Albert Lowe gets an opportunity this weekend next to Kwaka Smith. No Dwayne Vermeulen. Somebody else who gets an opportunity is Faf de Klerk, as well as Andre Esterhuizen, who comes onto the bench, and Frans Steyn will cover fly half, inside centre, as well as full back. It's a very good Springbok side. I don't think it gets much better, to be perfectly honest, in terms of the current squad that's currently over there in Argentina. So a very big game for them tomorrow. In terms of your odds, as we might have seen, we do have a betting partner. Betcoza is on board with Forever Sports, a very exciting new partnership which is going to present a lot of different content, a lot of exciting content over the next sort of few weeks and stuff like that. But in terms of your odds for this weekend, South Africa are the odds-on favorite, 1.34 to win. Argentina 3.05. I think there's a lot of value in the handicap winner there. The spread is 7.5. So I've gone with South Africa at negative 7.5 for 1.8 odds. And I think that there's a decent, a lot of value in there. I think that I do think it'll be quite a close game. So I don't think that South Africa to win by 1 to 5 points at 4.9 is the worst option either, because I do think it'll be quite close. I do think it'll be quite close. So maybe that 1 point South Africa to win by 1 to 12 points at 2.4 is also a pretty good look in as well. Let me know what you think of the happen in the match down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven, and I'll chat to you soon.